Yeah.
Nintendo Switch is getting off to a very strong start this year with high sales, high-profile games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's about to get another big edition. That's right, hold on to your hats, because Mario is back in Super Mario Odyssey, the latest Super Mario game and the first for the Switch. It's the first time we've got a proper Super Mario console game since Super Mario 3D World in 2013, and the game releases on October 27th. Here's everything you need to know about it before you check it out. We've heard about a new 3D Mario game for years now, ever since producer Yakiyashi Koizumi first hinted that a new 3D Mario game was in development way back in 2014. After it was teased in the Switch announcement trailer last year, the game was formally announced in January when Nintendo presented the new console. A lot of people have noticed similarities to Odyssey and previous 3D Mario entries like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. Again, you will play as Mario as you explore the numerous worlds known as kingdoms in your hat-shaped ship known as the Odyssey. That's very title appropriate. You'll be exploring an open-world sandbox-style 3D universe, again reminiscent of Super Mario Sunshine and Mario 64. If you've played those games, you have a pretty good idea what you'd be getting yourself into. And once again, you're trying to rescue Princess Peach, who has, again, been kidnapped by Bowser. This time, he wants to marry her. He wants to make an honest woman of her. Someone really needs to give this guy some relationship advice. Like we've said, the game's layout very reminiscent of the earlier 3D Mario titles, Mario 64 in particular, and so is its gameplay. There's a wide variety of worlds to explore, from New Donk City with actual realistic humans, which is kind of weird when you see them up next to Mario, to the more traditional beaches and deserts and snow worlds that we're used to seeing in a Mario game. And judging from the gameplay we've seen so far, the levels look like they have some weather effects, day-night cycles, that kind of fun stuff. How it's going to affect the game, we don't really know yet, but it's definitely a change for the series. There's a lot of pretty cool variety to the kingdoms we know of, including the mostly black and white Cap Kingdom, the prehistoric Cascade Kingdom that's full of dinosaurs, the aquatic Lake Kingdom, the food-themed Luncheon Kingdom, and, of course, the Metro Kingdom, which contains New Donk City. There's also the Mushroom Kingdom, which we're all very familiar with already, with Peach's Castle, a Desert Sand Kingdom, the Coastal Seaside Kingdom, and the Snow Kingdom, which has a racetrack. There's also a Wooded Kingdom that's surrounded by mountains, and a geodesic dome, and a jungle-themed Forgotten Isle. Each kingdom has a number of objectives, which you must clear to get power moons, which power up your ship and give you access to new worlds. So, the more moons you collect, the farther you can travel. The Power Moon takes the place of stars as the main collectible item in the game, but it functions a little bit differently in Super Mario Odyssey. While previous games would send you back to the beginning of a level after you got a star, the Power Moons let you keep on exploring. Oh, and you also don't need as many Power Moons to progress compared to previous 3D Mario games. It's pretty clear that the designers want you to feel pretty free to check every nook and cranny in the game and wander around a little bit. But it's not just Power Moons. This is a Mario game, so there are, of course, lots and lots of coins, some of which are uniquely shaped in each kingdom, and you can use those to complete objectives in those kingdoms. Meanwhile, you can use classic round gold coins to buy new hats and outfits. It feels a little bit like of a nod to the customization of games like Little Big Planet, and each level has its own crazy cap store where you can buy new duds. And also, you may find that buying some of those new duds comes in handy for trying to complete other optional objectives. Don't worry though if all that exploration becomes a little bit overwhelming. If you do get lost, there's also an assist mode with arrows that show you right where you need to go. It's also got bubbles to prevent you from falling to your death, so go ahead and use it. I'm not gonna tell. As for gameplay, you've got your usual arsenal of triple jumps, spins, wall jumps. There aren't any new power-ups this time around, but of course that's because the big new mechanic has to do with Mario's cap. For the first time, we learned that your cap is possessed by a spirit named Cappy, which allows Mario to temporarily, catch enemies and objects and use their powers, and Nintendo wants to be very clear that it's not possession. It's not being possessed, it's just captured. You want access to fly across a big gap? Well, capture a bullet bill. And as we've all seen in all the trailers that sound amazing, you can capture a T-Rex if you want to go full on dinosaur mode. And there is a wide variety of things you can capture. We haven't even mentioned lava bubbles and tanks yet, but well, I guess now we have. The hat has other uses too, as a projectile weapon to attack enemies, and it even serves as a temporary platform to jump from. While the game doesn't have full-on multiplayer, there is a cooperative mode in which the second player takes control of Cappy to attack enemies. Kind of similar to the way another player could use star cursors in the Galaxy games. You'll also get at least one mount in the game, the jaguar-like Jaxi in the Sand Kingdom, who can be rented for a mere 30 coins. Not clear yet if other worlds have mounts too, but at the very least it's a cool addition, and if we don't have Yoshi, I swear to God I will riot. Minigames also make a comeback in Mario Odyssey. You'll be able to race rivals, but that's just the beginning. There are a bunch of other challenges, from jumping rope to racing RC cars, and there are world rankings you can view in-game, so you can see just how terrible you are. You'll find me at the bottom. There's also a photo mode in which you can take screenshots using a free-moving camera, and in a nod to this age of Instagram and Snapchat, there are filters and stickers you can use too, and then you can also send those to your phone. Since it's 2017, the game also has amiibo support, because what modern Nintendo game wouldn't? But it doesn't look like anything too major is locked behind them. If you use one of the Odyssey-themed Mario, Bowser, or Peach amiibo, you'll get various goodies like the wedding outfits. In addition, the Mario amiibo gives you temporary invincibility, Peach gets you a life-up heart, and Bowser will reveal regional coin locations. Other non-Odyssey amiibo will also give you some stuff like hints on where to find power moons, but it's a little bit different for them. Now, we haven't seen a lot of full-fledged reviews for the game just yet because the embargo is not up. There are a few notable exceptions. Edge magazine gave it a perfect 10 out of 10, and while it does seem like sometimes there tends to be a little bit of score inflation when it comes to Mario games, it's still a very encouraging sign that it's great. Edge wrote, like Breath of the Wild, Odyssey is a new entry in a long-running series that belies its age with sprightly invention, taking big risks with an established formula and having all of them pay off handsomely. Mario might be getting on a bit then, but a dinosaur? This astonishing adventure proves he's anything but. Meanwhile, Famitsu gave Mario Odyssey a score of 39 out of 40, which is the highest score it's given a 3D Mario game since Mario 64. If that gives you any indication about the range you're looking at, we will have more reviews in our Is It Good once the embargo lifts, but otherwise that wraps up everything we know about Mario Odyssey so far. Are you planning on picking it up? Let us know in the comments, and for all your video game news, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Yes, hold on to your hats. Haha, hats. Because Mario is back in Super Mario Odyssey, jungle-themed Forgotten Isle. So those sound cool, right? Like, it's nice to, like, call them out. Thanks, Brian.